Hello and welcome to the most unprecedented episode of Convo with Ash, because this is an occult science special. Now, why have I chosen this topic and this guest? Because a huge part of personal development is actually healing. And from this guest, I got to know some of the modalities that I haven't heard even the names of. So many of the things that we have talked about was even new to me, and they were magical, they were fascinating, they were so intriguing. And you will know when you watch the episode till the end, because we have understood the basis of angelic healing, like how many angels are there, how can we work with them, unicorn healing, dragon healing, Lemurian systems, and ancient civilizations that used to practice these techniques and achieve amazing results. So, our today's guest is none other than Sophia. She is a 40 under 40 achiever by business outreach, an IIM pass out, and a master of 40 plus modalities of occult sciences and healing techniques. Sophia is an internationally certified energy healing coach, a spiritual teacher with about 14 years of research and experience, who has changed the lives of 20,000 plus people. And her impeccable craft allowed her to build a community of 3,000 healers and counting. That is just amazing. She is an author, a beautiful persona, definitely clairvoyant, and an amazing person. Through this podcast, I got introduced to so many things that even I thought wasn't even possible. And the experience was surreal. And you will get to experience some of these techniques, and you will also get 1 minute, 2 minute short techniques that you can actually do along with Sophia right through the course of this podcast. So do watch till the end because it might change your life. I had a lot of fun having this conversation, and a lot of things opened up to me as well. So, if you want to have this very mysterious and intriguing experience, let's begin with the podcast and let me know in the comments how you felt. She's a master and practitioner of 40 plus modalities.
Time. And everybody said, no, we didn't see anything. I felt like I was crazy. I felt like something is wrong with me. I saw Archangel Michael appeared in front of me. Currently, I'm also teaching about Lemurian healing, about angel healing, dragon healing, unicorn healing. Again, it's a language of your soul. My guardian angel is with me. I can ask anything to my guardian angels. That's the trust you need to have. Talk about an active clairvoyant. Active clairvoyant is somebody who can see with their naked eyes, spirit passing by, or shadows, or energy, or light. The archangels take me to the place where this person is connected with this person.
Is there any
Yes.
particular technique, like a short period of time, that you can give for our audience?
We can do this exercise right away. So why don't we do it right now with you? And you let me know your experience.
Hi, Sophia. Welcome to Convo with Ayush. How are you feeling?
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Ayushi. I'm so excited for today's session.
I am exhilarated because after talking to you, I know this is going to be the most peculiar conversation so far. It's going to be very different.
Yeah, and in fact, the conversation we had last time, I was super excited to share my journey about, spiritual journey, healing, and various other things that in my own experience, what I went through, and then all the modalities that I teach, and that's amazing. Really
I'm,
looking forward.
I'm so excited about this because your story is damn powerful. And I am going to learn so many new things personally because the first time I talked to you, I had no
Mm.
idea about half the things we were talking about. So I'm very excited to learn myself. So, for those who don't know how amazing she is a master and practitioner of 40 plus modalities, and most of whose names I have heard for the first time from you. So, I would just want you to name a few from your 40 modalities so that if we are not able to cover, people can at least Google them and know more things about so much the universe has to offer.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yes, I would like to say that I have mastered and, practicing more than 40 modalities, but some of the names that I would like to say that I'm actively teaching currently is about angel healing, dragon healing, unicorn healing, and ascension, journey. When we talk about ascension journey, there are various aspects of working with the ascended masters and receiving healing from them and guidance from them and channeling their energy. I also teach an advanced channeling mediumship and the channeling with the spirit guides and all your spiritual teams. And apart from that, currently I'm also teaching about Lemurian healing. Lemurian is one of the very ancient healing systems used during the Lemurian civilization. And this is one of my favorite topic anyway. And another thing is I'm also a teacher for Keys to the Universe, which is about really understanding that there are portals in the universe and understanding how this energy portal really works. And each of the energy portals have their own stories and energies that we can connect to and receive information from the ancient times and expand our journey in this lifetime. And apart from that, I'm also a Reiki master, Reiki teacher. I teach Reiki and they take classes on that too. And I'm also a light language activator, which means that I do channel star seed energies and the star systems like Pleiadians and Sirians, Orions, and there are many other stars and these energies that I connect to, and I help and activate light language to people. So light language is again, it's a language of your soul. Very, very powerful healing system where we work on releasing at the root level, at the root cause level, your energy blockages get released. So these are the things that I currently teaching, and of course, I can keep on naming it. I also
Yeah.
animal communications, plants communication, nature world, and various topics that way, tarot card reading, and various topic in terms of energy. I would say that. So basically, I'm known as an energy coach. So summing up with all of it, I'm known as an energy coach. Yes.
Named precisely like the energy master of energy is what I would call you. Awesome. So I was very intrigued by how your journey started because
Mm,
adapting so many modalities in itself in such a small period of time is
mm,
astonishing. So
yeah.
I know you started with a tarot and then sound healing and stuff, but
Mm,
your journey started when you were way before that. So you tell me about the clairvoyance thing that happened. So many people don't know about this. So पहले तो इन्हें
yeah.
ये बता दें कि clairvoyance होता क्या है.
हाँ. So clairvoyance matlab कि you have the ability to see things. Like when I say ability to see things, that means you can see future, you can see past, or what is going to happen in the future. You have the ability to see either during the meditation or while in your sleep, in your dream, or while just when you are even resting for some time, or while you're doing something, there's a flashes of messages come, or sometimes you have the power to see spirits, or the soul, or shadows, or energies around you. So again, clairvoyants have an active clairvoyance and a passive clairvoyance. So most of us are, a passive clairvoyant because we do, as a human being, we do have a very strong senses. Yeah, we do have a very strong gut feeling or intuitions that we say. So sometimes you have seen certain things in your dream, and I'm sure you have experienced that your dream came true, right? And that is a part of a clairvoyant, obviously. But when we talk about an active clairvoyant is somebody who can see with their naked eyes, spirit passing by, or shadows, or energy, or light, or, and also you get direct messages or direct downloads through your vision. Like you can see things in your meditations or dreams, or your angels or your guides connect with you and give you these messages or downloads or guidance straight to you, where you can see your past, future, what might happen. Yeah.
Wow. That can be very exciting but scary at the same time. So, when
Yes.
did this come to you? When did you really notice that something different is happening with
Uh, it is very interesting story, because I started to realize this when I was, I think, maybe 6 year old around at that time, and we were staying in a government quarter where, because my parents were government officers, and we were all staying together and in the government office quarters. The place where we moved, that had a different energy. Somehow I was very, I think, very sensitive to energy in this since childhood. So what happened was, one day I was sitting in the living room, and there were people. My brother was there, my nanny was there, and we were like discussing or playing around, something we were doing. I was playing around with my brother. My nanny was also speaking something, and suddenly I could see shadow passing by in front of me in the living room. And I thought everybody saw it, like, because I was just 6 year old, so I was not aware about any of that. So I went and asked my brother and said, "Did you see that? Did you see the shadow passing by?" And then I asked my nanny, "Did you see there's a something just went by?" And this didn't happen just one time. It happened like multiple times. And everybody said, "No, we didn't see anything." I felt like I was crazy. I felt like something is wrong with me. That's the way how I started my journey. And of course, because there was nobody to guide, I was too young. I couldn't understand anything what was happening. So I definitely used to go and tell to my mother. And I told my mom that there's something weird happening in this house. I could see some shadow moving around in the living room and also in the bedroom. I don't know why. Am I seeing? I mean, nobody is seeing this. My mom also like thought like small bacha hai, just telling or just creating or some story or ऐसे ही, nobody took it seriously, by the way. And one time my mother actually took it seriously, and my mother said, "चलो कोई बात नहीं, if you're talking about it so much, एक पंडित को बुला लेते हैं." Right? So, the one pandit came and then did some puja and all that in the house. And then while the puja was happening, I could even see that shadow standing in one corner of the house, in the room. And I was like, "Here, look, 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 look! That's the shadow standing there." And nobody could see it, and I was very scared. And then, of course, the puja happened and all of that. I mean, that shadow never harmed anyone, for sure, but it was definitely roaming around in that space. And for almost a year, it traumatized me. Like, I was very traumatized. I could not even sleep alone. I could not stay in the house alone. There has to be someone in the house. And I used to cry or yell, or I would say, "Please don't leave me alone. I'm very scared." Because I realized that at that time, it was like, "Oh, something is not okay here." Like, I used to think like that, or something is wrong with me. Everybody is normal. I'm the one who is seeing all of these. So this is how my clairvoyant journey started, where I could see the shadow passing by. I could see energies passing by just by naked eye. And one day, I was very upset. I think I was just 7 years that time. I was very upset. We were in a temple, and I just said, it's very innocently, I just told to the God or to the universe and to the temple. I said, like, "You know what? I don't want this. I don't want to see anything. Please take this away from me." And just surprisingly, I stopped seeing anything. I stopped seeing energy or spirit. I stopped seeing since then. Again, it started when, in when I was 19-year-old, of course. But just for that period of time where I was not able to handle it, I realized that there's someone who is listening to me. There was somebody who were listening to my request, and I stopped seeing the spirits or the energy. And that's how it started, by the way. This is how the clairvoyance story started for me. And very surprisingly, when my board exam results came in, uh, 10th, when I was in 10th standard, just a week before the exam itself, I knew exactly what would be my mark.
Wow.
I saw that in my dream, and I was like stunned. I was like, wow. I thought, I'm just thinking too much. I just
Yeah.
started. But then after a week, I got the result and I saw the same percentage and same marks that I saw in my dream. That was shocking for me. And that realized that, I was just 15 at that time. Even then also I was like, I think I'm just thinking it because I never wanted to go back to that. So I was like, I was ignoring. I was like, no, I don't want to get into that. Just leave it. It's okay. It just came in. Maybe by mistake I have seen it and I just kept it aside. But that's how actually my journey started.
And then at 19, when you are ready to, like, yes, now I can handle it. And then your journey actually restarted.
No, actually, when I was 19, I got diagnosed with a genetic medical condition of eye issue, which affects the retina of the eye. And during the time when it got diagnosed, I was in my college, and of course, during that was the time where this particular um, uh, you know uh, genetic whatever the condition doesn't have any medicine to cure. So a doctor used to tell that time that we are very sorry, but there's nothing we can do about it. We are very sorry, there's nothing to do. So I was already very depressed. I was very upset. I have no idea what is going to happen to my future because every single person we have gone to, every doctor, and every doctor said that there is no medicine to cure this. And we were like, okay, I mean, this is it. I think my life is getting stopped and I don't know where my life is going. So I was going through a lot of turmoil at that moment. So that in that month, on the same month when I got diagnosed with and then that medical condition is called a macular degeneration, which affects the retina. So at that on that same month, there was this group of scientists. I don't remember it was a UK scientist, but it was a group of scientists where they published a paper on that they have finally discovered a therapy that can save the eyesight. Like whatever the eyesight that I have, what is lost, but what I have, it can be saved. So I was like, oh my God, this is miracle. I mean, this is nothing less than a miracle. Like I got that just within that 1 month when it got diagnosed. So I went back to the doctor again, and the doctor said, "Oh, this is a very expensive therapy. One injection costed me 2 lakhs." So I was like, "Oh my God, this is something again." We see, even we all come from a middle class family. Managing fun. It's not that we have too much of money or something like that. It's always like a hardship for my parents at the end of the day. So all of that was happening, and then suddenly another second miracle. The second miracle was that my father knew seven people in the medical board, and then they recommended me to the Chennai hospital, which is a very famous hospital in Venezuela. So there they reduced the price into 60%. So I could, so it was like, I mean, at the end of the day, it we got like a magic it was. Like for me, it was like, oh my God, rather spending for 2 lakhs rupees, I can at least save that 50% of that amount. So that was the second magic that happened, and then the third magic that happened was after I got the therapy and I was asked to stay in a pitch dark room 48 for 48 hours. So because this therapy that I take, it's a photosensitive therapy. So you can't be exposed even
to light.
zero bulb light. So I was asked to stay in a pitch dark room, 48 hours, no stepping out, and for 7 days wearing that black chachma, that
Mm.
black glass. And so okay, I was like, I was in the hospital anyway. I got admitted, and then I was staying in the hospital for 48 hours in a dark room. I I think I don't remember the time because I was not seeing a clock or anything, or I was not even aware whether it's a day, night, or it was morning.
Mm.
But I do remember that it was the next day because the nurse came and gave me some fruit juice, and I asked, "Is it the morning time?" And she said, "Yes, good morning," and something like that. We spoke, and then again I went back to sleep. On the second day is where the magic happened, where I somewhere felt there was some force of energy around me during that time. I felt like very strong sensations of energy around, and where there was this moment of realization about your own life that you know what, whatever is happening right now, there must be a reason why it is happening. I mean, and doctor said that it doesn't happen at a young age. It happens at a it's a very rare case that it happens in a very young age. So for me, it was like, why is it happening with me right now? What's the purpose of it? Or there must be something for me to learn certain lessons. Something just kicked in that day, and then I felt like somebody whispering my ear, telling me that Sophia, do not worry, everything will be all right. And I still get goosebumps when I say this story. And I felt there was somebody was present in that room. There was, and of course, I could not make out, I could not understand, I didn't understand any of it, what happened, what was happening. I even thought that I was hallucinating, or maybe I was just thinking too much, right? And then I realized after that, I went back, of course, I got discharged and everything, and then suddenly started seeing these angel numbers, repeated numbers, angel numbers, and then I started getting attracted to this tarot card, angel stuff. Like I go to the bookstore and I used to see this word, right? Okay, spirituality, tarot, and angels, like, and then I used to get these feathers and so many signs which started coming, on my way. And still, I was not able to get it. Then somehow, I just felt like maybe why am I? So my question. So I was somebody who was always somebody who is always questioning myself. So I was like, why am I seeing all of these? Why is it happening? All of these? Why am I attracted to all of these out of nowhere? Like I'm reading books on astrology, I'm reading books on tarot cards out of nowhere. And I was a science student, by the way. So my background is from a science background, and I was like, I don't believe I believe into
Total
any of
contrast.
these. Total contrast. And I was like, why am I attracted? Why am I getting attracted to all these topics? And why am and so much of questions, so much of oh my god, too many things was happening at that moment of
Curiosity.
time. Yeah, and I was very curious that what's happening with me. So there was a time where I met one teacher in Delhi, and I started learning about cards, how to read cards and all of that. Now, in my journey, one thing was very strange that any teacher who connected with me or any teacher from whom I have learned, I used to just touch the card and I used to get the answer. Like I used to see the cards and I used to feel the energy of the person. I used to say that ये होने वाला है. This is something going to happen. Or there's something which is happening in your life, or there's someone in your life who is doing all of these, like as if I know that person. It's like a total stranger, but as if I know the person, I used to get downloads like that. So suddenly, I realized that I was also claircognizant. Like claircognizant means somebody who has a clear knowing, someone who get messages or downloads very clearly, intuitively, without any prior information. So I used to just get information just by seeing the card, just by touching the card, just by sensing the energy. And that's where the question came in. If something is there, why not I learn? And that's when my all my learning journey started. And that's where all these 40 modalities of learning and everything started for me. And it's quite an interesting journey, of course. But then that part of uh, that that part of experience when my when my health was deteriorating, I was going through like really bad time. Mentally I was very low, emotionally I was very low. At that moment of time was the time of, for me, it was an awakening. At that moment of time for me was something was awake, like something was like knocking at the door, pushing me, telling me that your pathway is different. Of course, I was just 19, so I would not understand so much right now how the way I'm understood. But then I did not stop. I did not hear what people are going to tell me, who is going to judge me, or what people are going to talk about it. I think that is the one thing that I thank myself that I didn't do it, because I started exploring, started studying, started taking classes, learning. This is how the journey, my I think my spiritual awakening started at that moment for me. Yeah.
Wow, that is such a powerful story. I literally got lost in your story. It was like I am living it with you there. It was like a movie going right in front of me. Wow.
Yeah.
So then you started with tarot when you were writing. Like you told me a very fun story that your students would gather up and you would just do the tarot reading. And
Oh
this, I
yes, that was a fun story. Yes.
yeah. And I saw the first time I heard this word was, I think, from Abhishek Lakyani. He talks about these
Mm,
downloads a lot. Like you can just get
mm,
these downloads and you can find your path faster and you can
yes.
achieve your goals, what you're meant to do. So that's when
Yes.
I heard this for the first time. So, but
Mm,
one thing
mm.
about you is that I have not met a single person who knows about angels in such depth. So, how did that happen? How was your first angelic experience like? How did that happen? And how, like, let's just dive deeper into this. All this
Yeah.
angelic word things. It's very enticing for me. It's very new to me. But like you
Yeah.
said, drawing me somehow.
Yes. So as I said, that energy that I felt in the hospital, that was my guardian angel. And I was not aware about it at that point of time. Of course, when I connected with my guardian angel for the first time, I realized my guardian angel told me that, it was me. And that was my first, yeah, that was my first experience with the angel, like the energy wise, the sensing the energy of somebody being there. I felt so strong energy around me. That was something, my guardian angel was there. And that's when my guardian angel told me, hey, I was there. I was there when you were there in the hospital. It was me. So, and then, but one of the most profound connections that I had with the angel energy is, it was midnight, I think 12:30 around in the midnight, and I finished all my work, and I was just lying down and just tired and lying down. Suddenly, and light was off. I closed my eyes and I was just resting for some time. And that was the moment I saw Archangel Michael appeared in front of me. I still feel goosebumps when I say this. The way how he appeared to me is like he looks like a brownish, that his skin was brown in color. His eyes was like, I can even tell you so vividly because that's how I saw him. Brown skin, blue, like blue crystalline eyes. His wings was golden and bluish color. His hair was like little brown and dark, like not very dark black, brownish, but darker brown. And he was wearing this armor, like the blue armor with the golden, in the corner, golden rim. And he was holding his sword like this in front of me. And when he was holding his sword like this, I could see his sword like flaming in blue and the golden energy. And it was like a star struck, like what,
What just happened?
it was like, I was like, what did I see? What did I see? It was like that for me at that moment. And I realized I was actually going through a lot of things in my life at that point of time. Too much of work pressure. I was working as a banker for few years, and then of course I took my healing journey as my profession. But that was a time where I was like, trying to understand what's my pathway, what do I want to do, all of that. But that moment when Archangel Michael appeared to me, the way how he appeared to me, I mean, I just knew it. This is my path. This is the path and the path has chosen me. I didn't choose the path.
That is the best way to be. Just like surrender and let things find you.
Yeah. And the way how it happened was so random because I never expected to happen that way. It's just the path found me. Somewhere probably the divine being saw that I was now ready to take the journey, and the path found me, and I just surrendered to the path. I mean, there were a time when I left my job and I was in a very good position in the corporate, and so many of my friends, family told me that I'm making a biggest mistake. What career do you have as a healer? What are you going to do being a healer or teaching this or whatever that you're going to do? People have no idea about it. I myself have no idea about it, but definitely I had a trust. So my family, my friends, my colleagues, they were all like, no, 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 do this as a part-time as you used to do before, but don't take it as a full time. How are you going to pay the bills? How are you going to pay the rent? From where are you going to get the money? And so all of that. And I realized that a lot of us who are into this path definitely face this similar situation the way that I face, more or less the same, of course. But the one thing that kept me moving or going is the trust that I had. The trust I had to the path, the trust I had to the universe, and the trust I had to the angels. Because, and not just because it appeared to me, because even if it appears to me, I had a choice, by the way, not to follow or to follow, because I have a free will. But the whole point is, I just knew it at that moment that this is what I want to do all my life. Like, I just know that. And I know this one thing very clear. Every human being in their life, they get this phase where they just know it what they want to do in their life. The only thing is that some take action and some doesn't take. And the only thing I did was to take action. I mean, so much of noise was there externally, but I just tuned in myself internally and I just surrender and I said that this is path and the path has chosen me to be in this path. Let me surrender, let me explore. ठीक है, okay, fail हो गया तो कोई बात नहीं यार, देख लेंगे. I can always go back to my corporate life, but let me not take actions because I have some fear.
Let me not give up without trying.
Of course, and then otherwise I don't want to sit with a guilt that, oh, I had time and I didn't do this. And I definitely did not want to do that. So I wanted to okay, let me give it a shot. Let me just trust. Let me just surrender. And then that's how my journey started with angels.
Amazing. Awesome. So I know you have a lot of things to offer, and I'm sitting here as a student just to know and understand, because I am more or less in a similar way like the audience who literally has not much or even no idea about any of these. So yesterday when I talked to you, you told me things about like 88 archangels, and there are 34 particular archangels who controls the masculine and feminine. So what is that about? I'm just trying to dive a deeper and understand this.
Yeah. So, okay. So I have my own angel programs that I run, the angel healing programs that I conduct. Of course, the first level classes is that we work with the 15 archangels and all of that. And of course, it has a very deeper, the way I teach is a very deeper level of understanding about angels, because angels, you know, every archangels have their own dragon energy too. A lot of people don't work with that. So it's like, for example, if Archangel Michael wants to come to a very denser energy, then Archangel Michael will send his blue dragons to clear the pathway for him to enter.
Okay.
A lot of people do not understand how the dragon and angels works together. So it's not just the angels. So my classes are very deeper understanding about this energy work. And talking to the 34 archangels, that's something that I offer in my gold membership classes, where we work with the feminine and the masculine energy of the archangel. So that means, and when we talk about angels, even Archangel Michael has its own feminine and masculine energy. And when talk about Archangel Raphael, it has its own feminine and masculine energy. So it has its own name, it has its own role to play, and we work with this energy together. And that's something that I call as angel medicine. This is one of the healing modality that I teach to all my gold students, that how we can combine the healing energy of angels with it's a combination healing, I call them, where we do a lot of combination healing, and it is a very, very, very highly intense energy healing. So a lot of students of mine who have learned this angel medicine, they could actually, I have like testimonials telling that my students, messaging to me saying that I have healed people who had, addiction, heal, women who could not conceive. I mean, of course, it has its own, every particular case has its own individual's energy, of course, but there are so many cases where the students started solving, students started giving this kind of energy healing. It's very, very powerful. And one of the, I think just yesterday, day before yesterday, one student messaged saying that she was able to heal somebody who had OCD issues. So I was like, I was amazed by the kind of results my students are, giving out to the world, and also serving people, and also getting this kind of feedback really makes me very proud of all of them. And what is angel medicine? If I really have to say that it's a energy work, but then we do with a lot of combination healing. And this is something, very, I don't know if anybody is conducting this kind of session for sure, but then this is definitely available internationally and all. And I have learned, as I said, I've learned more than 40 modalities. So in my classes, I do conduct, I do combine, or I create class in my classes in such a way that people are not getting just one information. Like, my students are getting a lot of information of how they can use the energy in such a way that they can heal themselves or heal others. So angels are obviously definitely powerful, but if you can combine with the angels, dragons, unicorn, Lemurian guides, and there's so many ways that if you really know how to work and also working with the angels, masculine energy and feminine energy, and combinations of that for particular diseases, it's mind blowing.
Touche. So I'm very curious about a lot of things, but the key questions running in my mind, okay, I'll put it out to you, then you can pick whichever you want. One, because you work really well with the spirit guides. So this common question that always runs through my mind, is there any difference between spirit guides that is very popular in the Western culture and angels?
Yes. Angels comes from 7-dimensional energy. So there are something called dimensions in the universe. Our Earth is a 3-dimensional energy, but right now our Earth is moving into 5th dimension. Dimensions are like the energy vibration. What vibrations are you in? Determines the dimension. So the higher the dimensions, the higher the vibration.
Hmm.
So spirit guides normally come from the fourth dimension,
Okay.
and the angels or archangels comes. Angels, of course, there are millions of angels, like the healing angels, abundance angels. Like there are millions of angels. They do, some of them do come from the fifth dimension, but the archangels come from the seventh dimensional or the seventh heaven of the universe. Or we say that, yeah. So when we talk about seven dimensions, that's where the dragons, the unicorns, all this energy also comes, because they're all part of the angelic realm.
Hmm.
That's the difference. And they have different roles, because angels have different roles to play. Every angels have specific roles given to them. And like, for example, our guardian angels. Our guardian angels are our protector, our guide, our best friend, and our guardian angels has been there throughout our lives since the time when our mother conceived us. When we were in the womb. Since then, our guardian angel has been there for us, and it will be there till we are here on this planet. And we always have one fixed guardian angel, main guardian angel, who is looking after us and who is protecting us, who is listening to us, who can do anything if we ask.
Okay, interesting. So, how do we connect with this guardian angel? How do we know that this is a guardian angel, and how can we seek guidance from them? Because if you can literally connect to your guardian angel, that seems like a very perfect way to achieve what you're
Yes.
meant to do in your life faster.
I would say, of course, there are in the angel programs that I run, in that we do have a very specific meditation where we do work with guardian angel energies and connecting with the guardian angels. And I won't be, we don't have that much of time to, go through that. But I can tell a very small technique where you don't need to know the name of your guardian angel, first thing. Okay. You don't even need to know that how it looks like, how it's going to appear in front of you. No, no, nothing. You don't have to worry about all of that. No, just know that it's there with you. Your guardian angel is there with you. Just know that. That itself is like enough. And when you just know that, yes, my guardian angel is with me, I can ask anything to my guardian angel. That's the trust you need to have. So, how do you connect? You can place both your palm at your heart chakra, close your eyes, and you can just ask your guardian angels and say, "Dear guardian angels, I'm ready to connect with you, and I would love to receive some important guidance for my life." And you can just ask whatever that you have in your mind. The first thing that comes in your mind is normally always the answer the guardian angel gives you.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is one of the best way you can receive guidance from your guardian angel. And so that's why you don't need to know the name, you don't have to know how it looks like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They just know, just have trust. They are there with you. And that's one thing, that you ask, believe, and you receive.
You will
This
see.
thing that you got to remember that. And I have seen this so many times that when I tell people that just place both the palm at your heart, just connect with your heart energy, with the cosmic energy, and just ask them. Like I ask my guardian angels to connect with me. I'm ready to connect with you. Like you're just allowing them, right? You're giving them to enter into your space. And then when you allow them to enter into your space, then you ask any questions that you want to ask about your life or anything that you want. The first thing that comes in your mind, that's normally the answer from them. It can be one word, it can be images, it can be full one statement, it can come anything that way. But anything after that first thought or the first thing that comes in your mind, the second, third, fourth, ignore that.
Those are
Yeah.
fantasies,
Yeah, those are your fantasy
desires.
world, illusion worlds, yeah, all of that. So just ignore all of that. Just stick with the first thing that comes in your mind.
Okay. So I know that these modalities are too deep and we have less time. to understand maybe even one or two of them also. But is there any
Yes.
particular technique, like a short period of time, that you can give for our audience so that if they are
Mm,
facing some serious troubles in their life, maybe they can connect
mm.
and take advantage from it? So, is there anything that we can give to them, like right here, right now?
Yeah, we can do a two lovely activities. All right. One, we can, let's say for example, when you're going through a very challenging time or rough phase in your life, or you experience like there's a lack of support, you're alone. At times we go through challenges in our life, and at that point of time, you can do this beautiful exercise connecting with the angel of love. Okay, because angel of love is an energy that brings unconditional love in your space. So when you're in stress, when you're in anxiety, or when you're just angry or sad, or when you're just in a very low energy, when you just connect with the angel of love, you it brings the energy of unconditional love into your heart, and it comes with a beautiful, bright, pure, soft, pink light. And we can do this exercise right away. So why don't we do it right now with you? And you let me know your experience. Yeah.
Sure, I would love to. I'm happy to be the test case. Anything you want.
So let's do this. All right. So before you do this, any emotions you want to just surrender to the angel of love, you can just tell them that I'm surrendering this sadness. I'm surrendering this guilt, or I'm surrendering this energy that is troubling me right now, and I ask you to replace with whatever that you want, whether it is love, peace, harmony, whatever you want. You can just have that in your mind. And now place one hand at your heart, one at your stomach, and just close your eyes and just take a deep breathing and inhale and exhale. Just inhale and exhale and relax. One more time. Inhale and exhale and relax. And ask your guardian angels to be here, protecting you with a golden light, that you allow only the purest divine love and light into the space. Now let's invoke the beautiful Archangel Samuel and his millions of angel of love to connect with you right now. And visualize the beautiful soft pink light from Archangel Samuel and all his millions of angel of love, bringing the energy of soft pink light into your heart chakra and into your solar plexus chakra. Feel the energy of this pink light radiating at your heart, expanding your heart. And right now is the time where you just say, I surrender whatever emotions that you want to surrender, or any negative emotions that you want to surrender. You just say that, and I ask you to replace with, you can say unconditional love, peace, harmony, anything that you wish, and just feel the energy of soft pink light infusing into your being, radiating into your aura, at your physical state, mental state, your emotional, spiritual, like the entire body, entire aura is radiating with a pure, pure, unconditional love. Now imagine that the entire millions of angel of love is placing a blanket of angel wings wrapping around you, and sending you the protection and love and telling you that you are not alone and you are always taken care. You are always protected. You are always loved. And feel this love and know that you are never alone in your journey. Trust the angels. Breathe in and exhale. And bring both the palms together in the Namaste position, and you can just give your gratitude to the Ancestor Samuel and the millions of angel of love for this beautiful healing affirmations and this beautiful energy that you receive from them. You can rub your palm and place on your face, eyes, and just absorb the energy.
Oh, I literally feel like very calm and light.
Mm,
Almost like I would just think and you would understand. I don't even have to speak. That kind of
yeah, yeah.
calm. This
And you
is
can do this anytime. You don't even have to know um, which archangel, or you don't even need to know even the name. If you have forgotten the name, don't worry. Just say Angel of Love and just feel the energy of this being soft light, and you will really experience that when you are in a very low energy, you can just transmute yourself to a low energy and then get back to the very high frequency. Very quick and very fast.
yeah. This basically just changes your frequency and vibrations
Yes,
instantly.
instantly. Yes. And just it just takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, like it's visible in my voice. The anticipation, the anxiety, or the, I don't know, rush. It's
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
subsided.
yeah.
Now,
You suddenly feel calm.
yeah, voice sounds different. I can recognize that.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so
This
amazing.
was amazing.
So do you want to now experience another activity?
Sure, why not?
Okay. This activity is called, we will connect with the dragon energy, and we call this activity clearing our negative thoughts or clearing our minds or any negative things were said in our mind. We can clear that by invoking the air dragon. The air dragons are very powerful dragons. They can help us clear all kind of confusions. Let's say, for example, you're not able to take decision in life, or like let's say you're stuck somewhere. Like a lot of us go through that phase where we're stuck at one place, we're not able to take decision, we're confused about something. The best energy to work with air dragon, and I love doing this exercise for myself. And we can do this. We can ask the air dragon to come and connect with us, and we can ask the air dragon to transmute all those energies that is creating confusions or negative energies or negative thoughts, whatever that is, happening in your mind. We can ask the air dragon to transmute all of that and replace with what do you want. Let's say you want to be more somebody who is more clear about life, or you want to be someone who is strong mindset, or have a positive thought mindset, or whatever that you want. You can just replace that with the air dragon. Very powerful exercise. Can we do this now?
Sure, let's do.
All right. So we close our eyes and just relax yourself. Inhale and exhale and relax. Inhale, exhale, and relax. Inhale one more time and exhale out. Again, we call your guardian angel to be with you right now, placing the golden light protection around you, asking for purest divine love and light into the space only. And we invoke the air dragon to connect with us right now. Visualize the air dragon. Whatever way the air dragon appears in front of you, it's perfectly all right. If you can't see it, it's okay. If you can feel it, it's fine. And if you cannot see also, it's okay. Most of the time, most people feel the energy of air dragon very powerfully. So if you're asking the air dragon to clear all those mental negative defilements which is there in your mind, you can place a specific intention. Anything that you want to release or dissolve, you can place that intention. If it is like, I want you to clear indecisiveness, or it can be, I want you to clear confusion from my mind and replace all of that with a very high frequency thought, clarity, willpower, strong mindset, whatever that you want, you can ask the air dragon to replace that for you. And you stay there for a long time, just experience the energy, just breathe in and breathe out, and feel the energy. Breathe in and breathe out and feel the energy. And just experience that suddenly you will experience that the entire negative thought disappearing and placing it with such a high frequency thought. And suddenly the joy, the happiness, the energy is shifted, and you are really finding it a lot of joy within you. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. How are you feeling now?
It's unexpressible. It's like definitely feeling the release, like the release of negativity and like so much of self-doubt, overthinking. So, yeah, wow, this is mind-blowing.
And it just takes 2 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
this
the power of work. That's the power of working with high vibrational energy.
we see it. Wow. Now I'm like, just keep talking to me. I want all the questions answered. But I know like you want to keep it limited and precise so that people take advantage of it and they can actually see some difference in their lives. So you tell me, where do you want to go forward from here?
I think, we have so much of information to give, which, we discuss about it. Like there are other healing technique that I wish to talk about, like the Lemurian healing. We can talk about the light language, so many things in depth. A star seed, we can talk about so many things that way. Uh, so I think, we can have another episode only talking about this topic, right? Where we can talk about this ancient civilization, or the ancient healing technique that where it was used during the Lemurian time. Who was this Lemurian? What is this all about? Golden Atlantic time. There were many civilizations during, during that time, which was disappeared. And now many healers like me, light workers like me, and so many around in the world are receiving, information is downloaded, wisdoms and knowledge, as if like, we have been there already. So this is another topic that I feel that uh, if we make it at another episode, it will be great because a lot of people would like to know in detail, then they can really tune into that. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I am one of the certified teacher from Diana Cooper School of White Light. So hence, whatever the information that I'm giving you, it's, I would say, you can really rely upon, not just because, um, uh, not just because it is just a theory, but I can really share my experience of working with this energy. That's it.
Okay, awesome. So we'll definitely cover in the next part of this particular podcast episode. But before starting the next event or the next part, can you just give some case studies or the crazy, insane experiences that you have? Like, I was very curious about the past life regression thing. Like,
Mm.
maybe if you have any case study or testimonial about that, maybe you can share it.
Yes. So we did a session, one of my session with a client of mine, and this was a session where the client kept saying that, he keeps seeing this person again and again in the dream, and this is a person who's there. Like this person has ABCD name. I can't name the name, so ABCD person. So somehow, no matter what happened, he would always end up fighting with her or argue with her or something keeps happening which he himself doesn't know that why things are happening this way. And the thing is that he has tried many things. He tried left and right, that healing, this healing, this reading. But some, of course, all of that worked in a different level. But somehow he was not able to get the answer that why so much of trouble from one person. You know, I'm sure you have heard this story, like, or story from so many people that we do get certain trouble from certain people, right? Certain people comes in our life itself to give a lot of life lessons, but by troubling us, right? A lot of things they do. So this guy also didn't know about it, and then so my client was like, okay, I have no idea why it is happening. So something I do is angel past life regression. So I work with angels even in the past life regression very extensively. So I connected with a guardian angel of his, and then there is a procedure that we follow. And then once the person is ready, the client is ready, we take that person to the past life. So it's more or less, you can say, similar to the hypnotherapy, but then here we work with angels, angelic energy. So I ask the angels to take, like I literally ask the angels, take me to the place where this person is connected with this person. Very powerful. And the angels take me directly at that space. So this was very surprising. Uh, the angels showed me, the point was, even the client saw for himself that what happened in his past life with that person with he is having problems, what really happened, and he saw everything precisely. And then, with the help of the angels, I asked the angels, please heal that part. So the beauty of working with the angel is that the angels also goes and heal that part that needed to be healed in the past. And what happened the next day? This person comes and says sorry to this guy, which he has been waiting from ages. And he comes up and calls me that, Sophie, I have no idea what you did in the last session. Out of nowhere, this person comes up, the person who is so stubborn, who is not ready to say anything, has been troubling me for every single thing. And he and I have never had any good relationship. Out of nowhere, this person appears in front of him and say that I'm so sorry for whatever I have done. I mean,
Wow.
this was something that, I mean, I could see the power of angels. And so this is another one whole modality. We work on the past life regression with angels, where we actually ask, and there are specific angels that work with the past life regressions, not all, of course. And then we have this thing there, okay, which angel works for what, and then we take their help, and then we work on that. It's very powerful. This was one thing that I was blown away when we worked with the angels, and when we did this exercise, and uh, and it was like, oh my God, I mean, anything can happen if you really work with angels.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Convo with Ayush till the end. I really appreciate your attention and support. If you haven't seen the previous episodes of this podcast, please go to the playlist and watch them. If you want to get connected with the amazing guest of today, please go to the description and check out the links of their profiles. Of course, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends, relatives, or any person that you think would find this valuable or useful. Put down your learnings, queries, or feedbacks in the comments, and I will see you soon in the coming episodes of Convo with Ayush and with amazing and brilliant content on personal development, public speaking, communication skills, and hope no healing. Until next time, this is Ambivert Ayush signing off. Love, love. See you soon.